Welcome in, everybody, to Betting Pros. It's time to place your bets. It is me, Joey P, Joe Pisapia, and this is BP NFL. It's time to look to Thursday night football. Scott Bogman and I are going to pick apart the Bills and Houston Texans, but we're coming off a hot Monday night performance where Scott Bogman went 4-1. I was all over the Cowboys with the 3.5. We had a great day. CD Lamb touchdown, everything we could possibly ask for, and a whole lot of George Pickens. So as a Steelers fan, what's it like watching George Pickens put up a game like that?
Unsurprising to me. I mean, he is a elite level talent. If Dallas can get his head screwed on straight, he is going to be an amazing wide receiver. I don't think anybody's going to be able to keep his head screwed on straight. They already haven't. He got fined the week before. And when they are inevitably bounced out of playoff contention, he will be a gigantic baby man like he always is.
And, you got to pay him a lot of money. It's a very risky onset for that kind of contract for somebody who's, getting benched before games or.
Yeah, the Steelers keep looking for another wideout, Joe. George Pickens would look amazing next to DK Metcalf.
He would.
They just couldn't do it. He was late to everything. I saw Jerry Dulac talking about he was late to a game and they had asked he had to have an MRI before this game, and they had asked Tomlin, what's going to happen? And he said, well, he's probably going to play a limited amount of snaps, but he showed up like 15 minutes before kickoff, and they had to take him to the hospital for an MRI. Yeah. It's gross. So great player.
Well, just great player. $1 million talent.
He needs the McDermott Keon Coleman treatment is what he needs.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Shavers look pretty good, but I was kind of desperate in deep league. I had to pick them up in one. All right, let's talk about the next Thursday night football game here that we've got. We know Scott Bogman's favorite thing in the world is Thursday night football, but let's look at the tail of the tape here. We've got Buffalo, who's 7-3. The Houston Texans are 5-5 right now. Texans kind of fighting for their life. Obviously, the CJ Stroud injury, big impactful moment here. So you're getting Houston plus 6.5, even though they're at home. You're getting 43.5 for the over, 44.5 for the under, plus 250 for the money line. Now, the spread here on Buffalo ranges. I've seen it on BettingPros at minus 3.5 all the way to minus 5.5. But at Hard Rock Bet, our sponsor, you can get +1 on Buffalo right now still. I'm locking that in. That's why I love Hard Rock Bet. We'll tell you more about our sponsor later on, but Hard Rock Bet has the best line, so I'm just going to lock in that Buffalo at +1 and take it to the bank. I like that Buffalo had a bounce back last week at home. Hopefully, that gives them a little bit of momentum going into this game, and I just think although the Texans' defense is fantastic, Josh Allen will make enough plays for the Buffalo Bills to win this road game. Now, would it shock me if the Houston Texans beat them? No, because the Buffalo Bills have dropped a lot of games this year that I was shocked that they lost. Miami, even New England to a certain degree. I was kind of shocked that they did not take it to the Patriots. So, Boggs, where do you stand on the lines on this game? Over, under, spread? What do you like?
I mean, I think I like the home team because right now I see you can get them at plus 6.5 for Houston. Yeah. So I just think that the score plays so low. It's Thursday night, right? There's weird stuff that happens on Thursday, obviously. So I think if you're giving me more than 3.5 for the Texans at home, I'm going to take it, even with Davis Mills. I don't know that this year that there has been a massive difference between CJ Stroud and Davis Mills. I think they've been pretty comparable.
That's depressing. I just wanted to let that sit in the ether for a moment. Don't care for that. The Nico Collins volume the last couple of weeks has been a real uptick too. What is that offense? I guess we'll get into the props and things like that, but his health obviously not 100%. Nobody's 100% this time of year typically anyway. But what do you think that kind of impact makes on this game too, as we're waiting for more clarity here entering Thursday?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like, obviously, Nico being down, but I think we've seen more talent on the field recently with Higgins getting more looks, Woody Marks getting more looks as well. They're going towards the youth that works. So I think the deeper we get into the season, the less we'll see of Kirk, the more we'll see of Noel, So I just think that they're now realizing, okay, look, if the rookies are up to speed on everything we do here, let's get them on the field because this is why we drafted them. So they'd still need to fix the O-line in the offseason, the Texans. So
they had to do it last year and the year before that too. Maybe stop trading offensive linemen and captains of your team in the offseason. Maybe that would be a good thing to do.
The same reason why Pickens left. Problem in the locker room, man.
Yeah, I know, but gotta protect your franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
All right. Also, you gotta go download the Hard Rock Bet app. I told you, Buffalo +1. Yes, please take that. So, Hard Rock Bet right now. You download the app. You got college football going on. You got NBA, college hoops, hockey, and of course, pro football and college football also happening. Plus, you sign up today. You drop $5 bet in there. If it hits, you get 150 in bonus bets only at Hard Rock Bet. Plus, you get all your winnings too. They've got the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub too that's loaded with all kinds of trends and streaks to help you bet and make smart wagers too, which I love. I love the streaks at Hard Rock Bet. Super cool. And of course, it's legal where I am in New Jersey. It's also the only one legal in Florida. And every day, more states are coming online with Hard Rock Bet. So download the app today and enjoy Hard Rock Bet this week. All right, let's get to the tail of the tape when it comes to the props here. Again, Boggs was 4-1, a fantastic Monday night. Let's start with James Cook. The rushing total is 74.5. We're going over or under, Boggs?
We're going to go under, and I just think, most of these totals tick up the closer we get to kickoff. So I think it'll get up to 77, 78, somewhere around there by the time we're home. But last two games have been tough running for the Bills. 16 for 48 for Cook. Now, he had the 3 catches for 66 and a touchdown. He's still an incredible athlete in space. But then against Miami also, 13 and 53. Houston is number 3 in rushing yards allowed per game, only 87.1. They're tied for second in running back yards per carry at only 3.6, and they're 5th in PFF's run defense grade. So I know you don't want to throw into Stingley and Lassiter and the great secondary that they have, but they don't make running very easy either, the Texans. So I think just seeing the struggles the last 2 weeks from the Bills run game, I'm going to go under on this total. Now, he'll probably get a bunch of chances, and, James Cook's got great vision. He can break one, but Houston tackles well. Really, their defense is what is keeping them in this season. So I have a lot of respect for Houston's defense. So I will go under on James Cook. And we're starting with unders because these Thursday games have been disgusting.
That's fine. All right, last 2 weeks, Jayden Higgins has 14 targets. He's caught 9 of them for over 100 yards and 1 score in the game against Jacksonville. So what does the Higgins night look like against Buffalo this week?
More than 27.5. That's what I say. He's passed this in 3 of his last 4 games. He had the second highest amount of snaps and routes run for Houston last week, and 7 targets, 14 targets, but it wasn't like 10 and 4. It was 7 and 7 in both those games. So, and both those games were with Davis Mills at the helm, right? So I just think he's on the field more. He's built a nice rapport with Mills because Mills was running a lot of second team to start the season. It just works. So I really like Higgins in this game, and we know Nico's coming in here, less than 100%. So if anything happens to Nico, it's going to be Higgins on the field constantly. So yeah, I'm big on Higgins this week, and this is a very low total for him. Couple catches, I think he can. I love the
Higgins call. Honestly, Boggs, this might be my favorite one that you've got lined up today. I think this one is almost a lock, because if you do think Buffalo can, put up some points there, you're going to push Mills a little bit to throw the football more. At 27.5 is kind of a joke considering what the last 2 weeks have looked like. So I love this one. I think it's great. All right, next up, let's talk about Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen, obviously last week, monstrous game, right? But he can make some mistakes. We know that's Josh Allen. Sometimes try hard to make a play. Josh Allen ends up firing a little bit, sometimes on the Buffalo Bills and their win-loss record. But what does it look like tonight for him for an interception? Are we playing that? Because he has turned the ball over the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I really do like it. I'll say this. When I dug a little deeper, he has not been putting the ball in harm's way at all. I think he's like 4th in turnover-worthy plays this season, but the last 2 weeks have been tough. And we know that Josh Allen, when he starts to look downfield, he's going to take some of those risks, and he might get frustrated early against Houston and take a risk and throw it deep. And that is a bad idea against Houston because they are tied for 3rd in interceptions with 10 right now. But most books have the juice on the over at like minus 120, the juice on the under at like minus 105. So they're showing you it's worse odds for him to throw this pick. And we've only had 4 Thursday night games with no interceptions, right? Dallas and Philly, week 1, coming off a massive amount of rest, all that. But then Washington, Green Bay didn't throw a pick. San Francisco and the Rams, everything was complete in that game. And then last week with the Jets and Patriots, there were no picks thrown. So that's it. every other Thursday night game has a pick because these guys are playing on short rest. So I think we can get one here on Josh Allen.
In all fairness, with the Jets, you have to throw the football to have picks. Just putting that out there.
I mean, they might have had a decent throwing game if Adonai Mitchell had some hands. My God.
Taylor, too. There was drops everywhere. I mean, I think it's just kind of comical that they bench Fields. Like, I also think it's comical they didn't keep running him. Like, that opening drive that they had scripted where he was running the football, he was a problem. And I'm like, wow, this is a little bit of a problem. And then they just completely went away from it. And I'm thinking, what is wrong with you morons? What are you doing? Like, what? You have Fields' his biggest strength is running the football. He's strong. He's fast. He runs well in space.
I mean, if you're going to bench him anyway, run him into the ground, right? Just let him run it.
I don't know. Just ridiculous. They have their head up their rear end. All right, let's talk about Dalton Schultz here. Now, he's another guy who's getting involved with Davis Mills, but the problem is Buffalo stingy against tight ends, Boggs.
Very stingy, and I can't believe that the receptions prop is 4.5. Now, it's juiced to hell at a lot of spots, but I believe minus 130 on Hard Rock, so not bad here. Buffalo is number 1 against tight ends, as you mentioned. 2.5 receptions, 27 yards, and 0.1 on the touchdowns. Hunter Henry got more yards, 2 for 46. Kelsey, 4 for 66, but those are the only 2 to go over his yardage total. We're not taking the yardage, though. No tight ends over 4 catches against Buffalo this year. So 4.5. I know Davis Mills loves to rely on him and everything, but they have been so good at shutting down opposing tight ends. I just don't buy that Schultz is going to get to 4.5 here. So give me the under on 4.5 receptions. It's a nice one to pair with something else you like. I just think it's a very safe bet.
All right, Boggs, the last guy we're going to talk about is Woody Marks, and this Texans backfield certainly started to move in his favor. But based on game scripts potentially for this game, where do you want to go? You want to go for a rushing total? You want to go for receiving total? What's the best way to bet on Woody Marks this week?
I kind of like both, but I'll say this. Every single projections I saw had him over on receiving and slightly under on rushing, even though I kind of like the rushing total too. But if I'm handing out advice here, I will take the projections as well. And the total is only 11.5 on the receiving yards. And the last 2 weeks in a row, he's had his highest snap percentage of the season. Mm-hmm. He's been over 20 routes run in both of those games. Projections are over this, and it's really been all or nothing for him most of the time. 3 games with no catches, 3 games with 1 catch, but every game with 2 catches, he's past this. So Buffalo's good against running backs, but they're still giving up around 30 yards receiving to RBs every single game. So I think 11.5 is just too low for the volume that Woody Marks is playing right now.
All right. So again, if you want to see the projections, go to the prop bet cheat sheet that's available right now on bettingpros.com/props, or just download the app, sync your sportsbooks for free, and take a look at the prop bet cheat sheet. It gives you the best lines, the best projections, the overs, the unders for every single prop in every single game, and then where you can bet them. And that's what makes BettingPros such a useful tool. All right, let's go ahead and let's look at the SG Joey P, also a tool you can use too, not the Joey P version, but this is the SGP tool, also available at BettingPros, which is super fun. If you've got a way you think things are going to go, you can find the bets that correlate with that thought process, and then you get graded basically of how good that SGP could be. And for me, I'm keeping it simple. I should have had last week. I had 1 leg too many. So I'm just going to cut off a leg here and take something simple, which is Buffalo Bills covering the 5.5, which is what you're seeing at most places. But if you get it at the 1 at Hard Rock, you take the +1. And then Josh Allen to score a touchdown, because Josh Allen has been scoring a lot of touchdowns recently. I don't know if you realize this. He has 7 touchdowns in his last 3 games, rushing touchdowns, everybody. So Josh Allen running amok, literally, right now, doing everything he can, and it's only -110, so I'm giving away my touchdown call as well. So you put the touchdown for Josh Allen along with the Bills covering the spread, and you get +198. So that's a little 2-to-1 action for you on Thursday Night Football. So I've given away my touchdown call. I've given away my SGP. Boggs, give away your touchdown call for Thursday night, Week 12.
How about Davis Mills at +1100? I mean, look, he doesn't run a lot, but he has Higgins, a rushing
5-1. There's a bunch of them that are kind of
fun. There's a lot of good ones, but +1100. He doesn't run a bunch, but he has a rushing touchdown this year. So if you're going to give me those odds, I'll play him. So +1100 on Davis Mills. Let's get tricky with it. I like that.
Yeah, and if you haven't downloaded the Hard Rock Bet app, this is absolutely the week to do it. I'm telling you right now, this is what you want to do, because we've got obviously a great opportunity here with the line that they're giving you. So jump on it while you can. Also, jump on our latest giveaway here at Betting Pros, because the Kyron Williams helmet is being given away right now. And the way you can win that is by going to bettingpros.com/contest. Again, this is from pristineauction.com, a great place this holiday season to get all of your signed jerseys, helmets for the football fan in your life, or just for yourself. Get yourself something nice. Tell them Uncle Joey sent you, or you can get this for free. Again, if you go to bettingpros.com/contest, complete the form and either download the Betting Pros app, leave a review of the Betting Pros podcast, or subscribe to the social media channels at Betting Pros on X, on TikTok, and Betting Pros NFL on the IG. The more actions you complete, the more entries you'll receive, and we'll be announcing the winner right here on the channel. So subscribe to Betting Pros, and of course, that way you never miss a new piece of content. Ring the bell till it goes ding, and when you subscribe and ring the bell, we can let you know if you're the winner of the new Kyron Williams helmet, our giveaway for November. That'll do it for us, but the story of the game goes on. For Scott Bogman, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids.